Hello Simmers, and today we have a long video. I do apologize if you hear noise in the background. My brother is playing a game in VR, so if anything happens, I'm sorry. But I just want to start out this video by saying this video is going to be very long. You know, I tried to make it as short as possible. I probably could have cut some stuff out, but this build is just so big. I am doing the magic building, and that came in the realm of magic, and so this building is so big and I didn't realize it. I renovated the whole entire thing, but I put a cool spin on it. So the girl I was talking about that I subscribed to last week, she put out another good video and it really inspired me to do this. So I will link down the two videos where I took inspiration from. And so basically, she did every room is a different princess, and I think she got it from Big Stella. I think she said that. But she did every room is a different princess, and then she did every room is a different villain, Disney villain. So I tried to do that. The upstairs is the Disney princesses, like all 4 floors, and then the downstairs in the basement is like a evil lair to me. It looked like that to begin with, so I just kept it rolling. There's only 4 rooms in that one though, so it's not as big as a challenge. But literally, when I was editing this video, it took so long just to do that, and it's only because literally I keep saying literally, the outside is all complicated, and it ends up just being one princess. So it's Princess Tiana. I love that movie, The Princess and the Frog. It's great representation, and I just love the characters, especially like Lottie and all of them. And it's just a really balanced out movie, well balanced. Like there's a villain, there's everything. And so I took inspiration from that for the outside, but when I looked at the filming, it was I don't know why I said filming. When I looked back at the footage, the time of it, it took me 4 hours to do the outside, and then the inside, it took me another 5 hours. So I spent 9 hours doing this build, and I just can't believe it. It's such a big build, and I am so surprised. I love how it came out. I put it on the gallery and it looks phenomenal. You guys can probably start hearing the game in the background, but I'm so sorry. But it looks so phenomenal, especially even like the screenshots, and surprisingly even on the gallery. I was so shocked. But I can't believe I got it done. Like, I'm just proud of myself for doing that. And I do want to talk about a few things in the Sims community. Obviously, we saw the Nifty Knitting Stuff Pack trailer release. I am not going to be doing a react, but I'll do like a build and buy overview like I did with Eco Lifestyle. Hopefully it's going to be better this time. In the Eco Lifestyle, I missed a lot of things, but this time around I am ready. But I am so excited because we voted for this stuff in the pack, and actually I got a lot of stuff that I wanted from the pack when I was voting, so it's, I don't know, it's calling out to me. The trailer wasn't too appetizing in how it looked, but I know the stuff is good, and honestly I don't mind. And the thing about it is, the only thing I was so sad about is the pink curtains that were in the voting. I really wanted, because I thought it would be good for a kid's room and also a grown, like, older person's room. I thought it was really in. I know, like, that sounds so gross coming from me, but I thought it was, I sound like an old person saying that. I'm only 20, but I thought it was so cool. And Also, like, it had that retro feel. I feel like if you had a vintage room, it could have had a bunch of cool swatches, and I just wish the curtains came in. But we did get all the plushies. Sadly, I don't really use, like, I use toys in the game, but I don't really use them all that much. So I know everybody did want them, and I thought, ooh, that's cute, but I don't know how much I'm going to be decorating with them. Especially if I'm doing a build that's restricted, or if it needs something. But yeah, I just want to take you through some of the cheats that I use during this challenge. I usually go through it in all my videos, but just in case you're new or haven't seen any of my videos before, I just wanted to let you know what type of cheats I use. It's not like cheats, but it's like, it's to help make the build look a little bit better. But to get access to a lot more items other than the items that you get in the catalog, there is a debug menu, which you get that from putting in the code bb.show-hidden-objects. I'm sorry, I forgot for a second. And then after that, you do bb.show-live-edit-objects, and then it gives you access to everything, and you can see those little orbs. They came in Realm of Magic, so you can filter your packs on the side, where it says filter items, where the arrow is on the right hand side of the screen. But you can filter that, and then those are in under the Realm of Magic debug items. So you just type in ***, and then the debug stuff starts to show up, and you just can click on one of them, and usually you can filter which packs. If you know, like, certain packs have something that you like, then you can do that. And I know, like, there's a lot of cool plants that I see TabiLC use from university. Like, I know she uses them a lot. And I just am too lazy to go through debug menu most of the time. So it was saying a lot that I went in for these orbs, but I had to. It's Realm of Magic. I had to. But so the whole thing was fun and scary and nerve-wracking to complete. I thought the outside was looking trash at first, and then I'm looking at it now, and I was looking at the final product, and I was so amazed. I'm like, I did that. And I kind of thought that's how it was going to be. Like, I was going to be like, oh, it looks trash right now, but then I was going to like it in the end. And it does. It looks great. Some of the things I didn't like happen to be on the inside, but definitely a big note of what I like is the outside. It's so beautiful. I love it. Feels like a building in like a high class New Orleans, which is where you see most of the movie with the friend Lottie and so many other characters happen to cohabit around. I don't know what it is. It's just in the water, I guess. But I literally had to reconstruct the whole outside. I tried to keep most of the frame of the building, but I ended up changing a lot of it because the building's kind of ugly. You would expect a little more from this big magical building, but you don't. Like, even the hospital, like, this is you have to do a cheat just to build on this lot. So it's bb.enable free build, which it lets you go on lots that you usually can't edit, and this is one of them. And so isn't like the police station and the science lab and the hospital. So this is just one of those ones that like you needed a cheat just to get into it. So if you want to add this to your world, you're gonna have to do it manually and add in the cheat. So take note of that one. Also, another cheat I use is bb.move objects, which it lets you move any item freely. So they're not big cheats that I use. It's just to help, like, build wise. But I think that's all I can think of right now. There might be more that I'll discover when I'm going through the build, but I'll just let you know when I see it. On a new note, if you hear clicking throughout this video, it's just because Usually I like to edit beforehand. I speed up everything and edit everything together with my speed builds. But this one's just so long that I decided some parts, because sometimes I take breaks in between filming and stuff like that. So I would just watch out to see if like my screen pauses, which usually just means I went up to get a drink or I had to help my, like, wash the dishes or help my family out somehow. So there might be a few moments like that that I have to cut out. But most of it's already edited down, and the edited down version is already 45 minutes, which I could have done this in 2 parts, but I know I'm one of those people that like to watch long videos, and I see simmers all the time. They're like, well, not even just simmers, YouTubers in general. They'll be like, I know you don't like these long videos, but I just can't get enough of them. Like, I love long videos. I feel like if you don't like a long video, you can just always do it in 2 parts. Like, you can get back to it, and then it, like, you can easily make it into 2 videos while still giving access to people who really want to watch it. Oh, I also want to mention, this is a whole different subject, and I'm sorry I am going really far off, but one of the rooms I didn't decorate or design, but I turned it into a room after like a long time of it not being a room. And so I just forgot to do it. And if you want to do it, go ahead. It's already on the thing. Or it's already on the thing. You guys know what the thing is. No, it's already on the gallery. So if you want to decorate that room for yourself, it can just be like a little warm up for you. You're like, alright, which princess am I getting? You could do that. But I will have it done for the save. I'm still working really hard on the save. This video obviously took me a long time, and I'm gonna be honest, this is one of the reasons why I didn't get my video uploaded yesterday on time. I was working on this one and I should have been editing the other one, so that's my bad. I've just been really busy all week, and it's no excuse, but just in case you guys didn't know, I try to aim for doing my schedule every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, but sometimes I'll skip a day and sometimes I'll post a little late. I just think everybody's human, so I try to get as much content out as I can, but I'm not trying to overwork myself to where I feel like I can't do anything. I do have fun making speed builds. It's harder to make Let's Plays, but since I stopped doing my Snow White Disney Legacy Challenge, it's been a lot easier. Only because that it's great to do that. It's just hard to play and talk at the same time, but also I find it very difficult to understand what's going on when the game's glitching out on the screen for you guys. So I don't want you guys to be able to see a series and be annoyed with how it looks, which is what's happening. Like, it's normal on my end, but I don't know what it is. It's just the screen doesn't want to capture it. So I think I just need either a better computer or a capture card. It's gonna be a while before I get a better computer. I have to pay off my car first and pay off like student dues and stuff like that, but other than that, it shouldn't be that long. Probably within a year. I know a year sounds like a long time away, but it's pretty short, honestly, because I usually would think a year is long, but then it just speeds by. And right now, it's a hard time for everybody, so I think a lot of companies are taking breaks and stuff. I just think that's all I can do for you now, and I apologize that I can't do more, but I'm still trying to fill it up with some nice speed builds, and if you like Let's Plays, I'm sorry. But I did have fun making this one. It looks very beautiful to me. I sound so vain coming across being like, oh yes, it looks nice to me, but I'm sorry. I was just really excited to get it done. I just finished, And I have my brother over too, and I've been going to school every day. I actually made a sculpture and the teacher complimented it today. And usually, like, I don't want to say he's a tough grader, but like, usually he always has a note or critique, but he said mine looked nice today. And it was like, yes, a win for me. And I've been having a pretty good day today. I took a lift home because I wanted to make sure my brother wasn't being unsupervised while being watched. And so, yeah, that's just how the stuff went. I had a really good lift. We had a really good conversation. And in this time, it's hard for Lyft drivers to give money, and I understand why, because everybody wants to be safe, and I want to be safe, but I do have to. I know I sound like one of those Karens, but I do have to go to work and school, and I was considered an essential worker during the coronavirus, so it, just retail. Retail is where it's at, you know, all the essential businesses, definitely not doctors and stuff. I'm just kidding. Like, please don't take that serious. I found that it felt weird being referred to as an essential worker when I just work at a retail store. So I don't know. It feels weird. But I don't know. It's kind of scary too. It feels like I'm. I don't know. I don't want to say trapped, but it feels like this whole thing feels like a movie. You know, you never expect it to happen in real life. You learn about it in your history books, but when it actually happens, it's a pretty scary situation. So, try to stay safe and keep your mind healthy, because that's the important things. Can I just say though, in this build, those stairs took forever for me to get centered. Like, I don't know why. It just took me so long, and it shouldn't have. Like, I should have been like, oh yeah, that's right. I end up fixing it so many times. But some of the hallways I do want to mention, I don't roll for, but that's only because I want the flow to look a little more planned, you know? So this floor and the floor above it are the same character. I did coincidentally get her in the spin, but I just thought it was fitting. I did it with the hallway next to Snow White and the one next to Elsa and Anna's room. I'm not going to spoil which ones it is yet, but I did spoil that they do get picked. But every character on my wheel gets picked. There's just so many rooms. It's just how many times in which rooms they get picked. But I loved adding these little orbs because in the movie Brave, there's a bunch of wisps. So if you don't know who Merida is, she's a redheaded Scottish, I believe, girl, and she's being forced to choose someone to marry, and she's like, no, I want to be my own person. I want to do my own thing. So it's a pretty good message. I think it's a form of feminism in Disney movies that they don't get a lot of time to do that. Or, well, they didn't in the past, but now they get to do more with their princesses and stuff. So she's a very strong character. The movie's kind of weird, I'll be honest. It's not your ideal movie. It's not like there's a cool concept. I thought it would have been cool for her to figure out, like, herself without being, like, her whole family gets turned into bears. It's just a weird concept. I thought it would have been cool if, like, we got to see her, like, go through the rituals of being a princess, and she has to kind of pick somebody, and her parents are making her pick, but they went more towards a comedy side, and I don't know, it's a cool movie. I just think that they should have thought it out a little more. I just thought it would have been cool. Maybe she even found a guy at the end and decided, like, she still wanted to be her own person, which would have been cool. I don't know. I don't know. I just keep saying that, but I really liked how the hallway came out. I think it came out really nice, and the best part is there is in the wood carving table, you can make items, and in the debug menu you can get those items. And so there is a bear sculpture, and there is also a man, like a lumberjack sculpture, and I went ahead and sized them up and added them because I know the dad looks like a lumberjack, and then they have like a statue of a bear in their house, so I thought it was so fitting. It looks, oh my god. I did use some reference pictures. Oh, and also that photo on the wall from Get Famous, I added that because it kind of looks like the girl from the movie. But, I forgot what I was saying, but just going back to, like, the whole thing, I thought it was really cool how the hallway came out because, I don't know, like, the widths and everything, it was indoor while it was still outdoor. Oh, and then I wanted to make this like a hall where like people study, but then I got Ariel and I wanted to do, because it was on the ground floor, so I knew I could do a pool inside, so I decided to do that instead, because magical beings like to swim too. They are people too. But this, it looks so out of place on the ground floor, but so just an Ariel with all the other princesses, just because she is a mermaid and she has all these bright colors and she's a fish girl. But I did have a lot of fun doing this. I added a bunch of Sulani pictures on the wall, and I thought it was a nice room to have, just in case like you go to the lot and you want your people to swim. So that's what I did. It's a pretty simple room. I didn't make it too complicated. It's just really all the swimming stuff. I did use the colors. I got the wave wallpaper on the wall, and I added a purple floaty in there because just in case you didn't know, her colors are purple and green, so that's why. Also, I want to point out, I want to get their essence in this, so not all, is it purple and blue? Sorry, I went back. I said purple and green, but it's like purple and teal, I'm sorry. But I just want to say that, I cut myself off. I just wanted to say that I wanted to get the essence of the characters, and it's not always the color scheme. So for Belle, sometimes I don't use the colors that she's meant to have, but I still kind of keep on there. And also, I did add, what does she call it? Thingy watches and didgeridoos? I don't know, but who's is and what's it's on the wall. So I added forks on the wall for the Little Mermaid, because I thought it was funny to add it, because she has like her little collection. And then this, I got Snow White. I'm gonna call myself out. If you go back and look at that roll, if you look at the time in the corner of my screen, it is not the time that it should have been when I was building this. And that is because all the other ones, like, they go in a linear time, but the day is different. It's all different. I lost the footage on where I rolled the thing. I had to redo this room, and I thought I still had the roll because I didn't want to cheat, and turns out I didn't. But I did roll for Snow White, like, for real, and like, I felt bad that I didn't have footage of me rolling, so I just recorded it after of rolling. I thought I was going to take a lot of times, but I actually got Snow White on the first try. So that was cool. I also had the anatomy of the animals, which is weird, but I feel like she likes animals a lot, and it's normal, and it's not weird. Maybe she thinks about taking apart the animals all the time. Maybe Snow White's actually a sadist, and we just didn't get to know a lot about her because she fell asleep after eating an apple. I'm sorry, I'm rambling on, but I try to show all my wheel spins. They do happen over a course of days because it took me a while to get back to it. I think I filmed 3 times, and one of the times I lost the footage. I literally recorded just my desktop screen. Like, I didn't record at the right time. Like, I thought I hit record, and so I pressed record to end, but in reality I pressed record to start, and then like I was like, oh, I forgot to end the recording, so I thought it was gonna be like 4 hours long, I think, and then it turns out I just never hit record to begin with, so that's why that happened. But I got Tiana again. I thought this was cool. I think that painting on the wall was Lottie. This is more of a study area. And the room's nice and cozy. I like that. It's more formal. It doesn't feel a lot like her, but I think the color scheme was good enough. And then, so I was going, it looks random, like I'm picking the people first and then going to the room, but in my head I picked the room first and then I picked the people. So I'm sorry if it seems weird. I didn't always get who I wanted, and sometimes I did. Like, it was like, oh, I want this person, and it actually happened. But this is the room where I'm talking about, where Belle's color scheme doesn't exactly fit it. But it was a weird room. I do like the windows though, because it does feel like the French windows she has in the movie. I don't remember ever watching, I was gonna say Snow White, Beauty and the Beast full in the animated version, but I definitely watched the one with Emma Watson, and it's good. It's pretty good. I remember I always hated Beauty and the Beast because they say the prince is handsome at the beginning, but I remember as a kid I always thought he was so like ugly. I don't know why. Like, looking back, he's not that bad looking, but I don't know. I also turned the couches purple for a second, but I do change it back to yellow, so I kind of keep the color scheme, but there is definitely a purple rug and there's like pink and red flowers. I did want to have like roses represented throughout the room, and so I think it really helped with the lighting. It kind of tinted the room to yellow, so I think it helped with changing the cushions back to the yellow. You may say it's mismatched, but I think it's fine. But then I got Elsa and Anna. I did that just in case I wanted to do Anna, but most of it is just the idea of Elsa, so I'm sorry. I was gonna do the whole room with these rose petals from City Living, but then I realized the room was too oddly shaped to do it, and you can't like size them down to like the same size, obviously. So I basically just did a square in the middle of the room. I thought it looked good to represent snow. And I really made this a grand area, because this is the area you go through to go out to the little balcony, and I feel like they throw parties here, and either in this building or the balcony next to it. So I really wanted it to look nice, and I think it did. It's really fancy. It's really blue. I tried to represent like snow all throughout the thing, and I used like all the paintings that look kind of more kiddish, but I think it works because Frozen is really like a kiddie movie. Like, if you didn't see a 6-year-old singing it down the road, then you're crazy. But then I did this like little stairwell with a few things that represented Frozen. It doesn't look like it, but it is. And then I added the curtains there as well. And then obviously I spun again, and I got Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. Some people you may not know, if you don't know Disney princesses like I do, I've seen like these movies like a billion times, but like I use most of their formal names. The only movie I can say I didn't watch a lot as a child is Sleeping Beauty, and also like obviously Beauty and the Beast. But I always watched versions of Beauty and the Beast. Like, I remember I loved Beastly growing up, but I never watched Beauty and the Beast. And I don't know, maybe it's just because it didn't relate a lot to me. Just in case you didn't know, Disney wasn't always inclusive. I'm just kidding. That's not the reason. It's just, I don't know. I didn't pique my interest. And every time I take, like, a BuzzFeed quiz, I always get Belle, too. And, of course, like, I don't hate Belle, but it's, like, it's the one I never watched and never really liked. Now, this is who I really loved. I love Mulan. Mulan was the movie I loved before, like, all the new ones came out. So, my favorite Disney princesses is, like, right now, it's Tiana, Mulan, and Rapunzel from I was gonna say from Rapunzel. No, Rapunzel from Tangled. And I just like, they're all very independent. I think that's the recurring theme. And there's other characters, like Disney characters that are independent as well. But I don't know. I always loved them. And something appealed to me. I love Mushu. Who doesn't love Mushu? And then I don't know. They're just solid movies, and I felt like in all the movies they didn't need the guy at the end of the day. Like, they really didn't. So maybe that's why. But I did love the romance. I love romance movies, and I'm a set for all things Disney. So that's it. I got Belle again, and some of the roles I did decide to re-roll. I didn't show you guys that. But this wasn't one of them. I only re-rolled if I just done it, because sometimes with the wheel that I use, I'll link it down below, but with the wheel that I use, it will roll, like, we'll say it rolled Belle, and then like a second later it rolls Belle again. Like, I went to the next room and rolled Belle again. But that wasn't the case for this one. It was just on a few of them. I was fine with them being next to each other, but I didn't just want like a bunch of repeat rooms. And so just to keep it a little bit more controlled, I did that. But for the bathroom, I got Jasmine. I tried to look up, I searched up monkey in the bar because I kind of wanted to represent Abu. And then I typed in tiger, and they didn't have anything tiger. They do have a couch that's tiger, but it's a bathroom, so I couldn't do it. If she had a room, then I kind of spoiled it. But I got Pocahontas for this bathroom. It is very interesting. Most of the movie's outside, so I didn't want to represent her character or the movie. Like, because it is inside, I still wanted it to be like an outside bathroom. So I added these, the wallflowers, because I thought it really represented her story a lot. Because I was thinking of Colors in the Wind. And then also I added paint. It sounds weird. I added paint in the bathroom just because she says, can you paint with all the colors of wind? So that was my thing. Sorry, I sing for you. I'm sorry. I won't ever sing again. But this bathroom is Rapunzel's from Tangled. It kind of looks weird. I do get her again. The room that I do again with her, I like a lot better. If I get a character again, I try to make the room like different, but still the essence of the character. So, even if it was another bathroom, I try to get the essence, or I'll try to change it a little bit. Only one character I didn't really, because I really like the concept of the first one. I got a repeat of, like, not a repeat of the room, but I got the same room with another character. But I got Brave for one of the bathrooms, and it's kind of plain. I didn't add toilet paper. I just added a bucket next to it. It does have like paper towels in it, but I thought they wouldn't have toilet paper or wouldn't care to use toilet paper, and they're just like, I don't want to say barbaric, but if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's really funny in the way, but most of these characters wouldn't have toilet paper probably, but when you think of princess, you think of really rich royalty. This movie, you don't really think of really rich royalty because she's so independent, and all the guys that are supposed to be her suitors are really like something else. They're not the brightest of the bunch. But this is the hallway I was talking about, where I just copied the top and the bottom. You can see right through the bathrooms, but I do cover that up later in the video, so don't be freaking out the whole time. It gets fixed. I don't forget it. But then that's just at the end, so if you're like, you still didn't do it, it comes, I promise. But here you see I'm rolling again. I got Snow White again. I think this is in the middle of, it's still in the tower. The tower I tried to make into a full house. And so the downstairs is the living room and kitchen, and then the second floor is where the bathroom is. I had a little trouble placing, and then the third floor is going to be a bedroom, and then the fourth floor is going to be another bedroom. I took that maybe as a guest room just in case, like, they have visitors, or I don't know, like maybe they just have a roommate. But this was supposed to be Snow White's essence again. I do really like this bathroom just because I add 8 robes, 7 for the dwarves, and then the white ones for Snow White. And I thought that was really cool. She has more like a cottage feel, so I don't really include her colors, but like the colors of her cabin. And I really liked how it came out. And I'll be honest, I did a lot of these rooms before I even watched the full video of Sydney's, but I really liked the concept, and I watched her video, and I really thought it was cool how, like, her approaches were a little different, but some of them were really similar. Like, I couldn't believe how similar, like, when we thought of Snow White, we both thought of the cottage and a few other things, but I tried not to influence my building too much, so I didn't watch until after I was like pretty much finished with it. But it took a while. I think I might do her shell build challenge. I don't know if I'll try it. I don't know. It might be good. It might be bad, but we'll see. It's just because I still want to finish the Eco Living Town, and I want to finish a lot of other places in my world. I have a lot to do still, and it's just so stressful thinking about, like, even when I finish, I won't be done because I have to do all the people still. Like, I have to make sure they have relationships and everything's in order, so when you play, you get like a full world. And this is the bedroom I was talking about. This is Rapunzel's bedroom. Well, it's not her bedroom, but it's Rapunzel's, like, it's a Rapunzel theme room. And I thought it was perfect to put the lotus flower, because in the movie, the whole kingdom is, like, represented with the lotus, and that's how she realizes that's her real family. And I just like it. And I like adding the butterflies because it kind of represented the lights. And the little painting I added, I think it reminded me of the mural. And I also added like little flags to the top of the room. I love that room. I love the movie. It's such a beautiful movie. And that's about it. But you'll see that the frames to the doors are clipping. And that's just because the thing's a little bit larger than the wall height that I had. And so I just covered it up on both sides with like these islands. So this is actually the cafeteria for the magical students who come here, and I'm gonna apologize, I forgot to put Moana at the beginning, but I did include her after, and so I immediately got her. And if I didn't, I would have made sure she was in one of the bigger rooms at the end, because before I did the Rapunzel room, that's when I added Moana. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot. But I literally typed up Disney princesses, and she wasn't, maybe I just missed her name, but she wasn't listed under it. And so I didn't add her. I did add Elsa and Anna, so I do apologize for that. But I added Moana because technically she is a princess, and she's a good one at that. That movie was good. I watched it a million times. I love the soundtrack and everything. But I'm so glad she got a room, and it's so beautiful. I added crystals to the table and everything to represent the one that she has around her neck. And I like the color scheme of the movie, so I added that as well into it. And so I got Sleeping Beauty again for the bedroom, and this counter is so long, but I imagine this is like a headmistress's room, because I was kind of thinking the route of like Hogwarts, where you have a teacher and they teach you how to do spells and stuff like that. And that's what I kind of think the spellcasters are like, because they have like their supreme like people and stuff like that. So I did that for this room, and she obviously likes pink a lot, or he, I don't know who it is. But it's like either headmister or headmistress's bedroom, and then the bathroom I got Elsa again, and I thought it really fit with the cold theme, or not cold, but I feel like when you think of anybody who runs a school, like in a movie, it's like they're really scary and cold, just to progress the movie a little bit. But obviously, this room was added a little bit later, and I don't think it's cheating in this challenge because, like, with every room's a different color, I think it would be cheating. But because this is such a big build, I gave myself a little leeway. But the second bedroom in the tower, I got Mulan again, and I thought I was about to be done, but turns out I forgot completely about the basement. But that's when I thought, I was like, I can either do a separate video where I do the villains, I do a whole new building with the villains, and I might still do that in the vampire world. But I thought it was perfect to put them in the basement because when I opened this lot, that basement looks so evil. It looks like that's where they do the dark magic and voodoo, and like that's where they do it. And so that's what it turned out to be. It turns out to be an evil lair. And there's only 4 rooms. I did include a whole wheel, so I might save that in my thing so we can do it next time for a different house. Maybe even Vlad's house. His house is so weird. It would be so much easier to do a challenge because then I would actually have fun redecorating it. But you see, I fixed the thing. I added some benches just so it wasn't as empty. That matched with the theme. And then I start to go to the basement. And this is, I couldn't connect the pool because I thought it would have been cool even to have, like, if I got Ursula to connect the pool, or even just for anybody. But because the pool is on the floor above, it's too tall for the rest of the basement. So I just rolled each one. I got the evil queen first, and just in case you don't know who she is, she's a villain in Snow White. She does magic mirror on the wall, who's the Verisol del Mal. And I thought it was funny that everybody, even I think even Hollywood thought it was, because why would you call a whole thing mirror mirror about the evil queen if it wasn't what you thought she said? But apparently she says magic mirror, not mirror mirror on the wall, but she says magic mirror on the wall. So yeah, and this is what her room turns out to be. Couldn't add an apple to the thing. I thought it would have rot. So her room's just like all black. I didn't really include the colors all that much. Like I get the purple in at the end, but she's more than just purple. She's like blue and different colors and shades and everything. But I thought it was fitting to make it look more like her lair. There's this desk that I saw in a picture, and that's the desk that I do over in the corner. But then I got Jafar. I really was excited to do this one, and then I was like, oh shoot, I don't know what to do in this room. Like, this is a hallway. Like, what do I obviously added the carpet, and I added some, like, treasures and stuff like that. But then I wanted, like, extravagant couches. I feel like this is what he wishes he had, and what he had for a while in the movie, so that's what I did. And then I imagined these 2 people on the wall. One's Jafar. I know it's like Mortimer or something, but one's Jafar, and then one's the like woman he wants to marry now because things don't work out with Jasmine. So that's who he wants to marry, and so he hangs her on his wall. Like, I have a whole weird storyline in my head. But then I got Gaston, and it was perfect because this was supposed to be like a mess hall for them, the evil people where they can meet. And so I turned it into like this little bar thing. I wish it was a little darker, like the walls and stuff. I just didn't know how to get that look. So I just kept it bright. In the movie it's kind of bright. I think it's just the lighting that I use. But then I add like pipes and stuff, and I thought that was a cool addition. And then the last thing I do is do the bathroom, and I get Maleficent. I just put Mal because it's too long to spell. But just in case you don't know, that is the villain in, well, I don't know how you wouldn't know, but that's the villain in Sleeping Beauty. And she had her own movie and she was played by Angelina Jolie. But that's basically all for the thing. Sorry I talked this whole time and it might have been boring, but thank you.